The Vote Must Count initiative has called on Nigerians to continue to come out on the streets to peacefully protest at all democratic institutions located in Abuja, as well as the 36 states of the Federation. This was made known during a press conference held in Abuja. The VMCII convener, Dr. Barry Johnson, also stated that the NBC should apologize to Channels Television for illegal slamming with a 5 million naira fine for a said crime committed. He mentioned that the NBC must have a review as everyone is entitled to freedom of speech.
We want you to recall that since after the presidential elections, we have seen the features of cross-sections of rampaging youths persons spread across the 36 states of the Federation of Nigeria, registering their grievances on the rejection of the 2023 presidential election result announced by the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, whom have been labeled as an electoral criminal in all protest processions across Nigeria. If the presidential election result released by INEC were the correct result, that honestly reflects the mind of the voters, nobody will be seen protesting on the streets of Nigeria. Practically in every responsible nation where the rule of law and the influence of good governance is provided, it is noticeable that after a free and fair, credible and acceptable elections were conducted with results announced, one will see a total celebration by the people coupled with special congratulatory messages from across the nation, the African continent and the international community in general. These we have not seen since the presidential results were announced by INEC, making it an unacceptable result by Nigerians, Africans and the international community in general. Meaning that it is clear that the Ahmed Bola Tinubu election is a rejection by the people of this world, not just Nigeria alone. It is therefore on this note that we call on the people of Nigeria to continue to come out on the streets as a family to peacefully protest at all democratic institutions located in Abuja and in all the 36 states of the Federation. This protest by the people remains a sign of the protection of the democracy of Nigeria, which is expected to be preserved and guided by all means so that the dividends can be consolidated to the betterment of our people. Gentlemen of the press, on the issues of the request for an interim government for Nigeria, in the first place, if the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, have not compromised in deceiving our voters, fooling himself and his leadership, that election result will be released via the Vivas. That election result will be released via the Vivas, and at the same time, we will see that the government of Nigeria must do the needful at the same time. Practically, in a very responsible nation where the rule of law and the influence of good governance is provided, it will be noticeable that after a free, fair and acceptable elections were conducted with results announced, one will see his countrymen jubilating. But in this instance, we have not seen this. It means that there's something wrong with the result released by INEC. It is therefore on this note that we call on the people of Nigeria to please come out on the streets in your states, in your local government and your ward to register your protest as a rejection signal to what the INEC released as results. The NBC must redeem its image as a regulatory agency of government by apologizing to Channels Television for illegal slamming it with a 5 million naira fine for a said crime committed by even government established stations. Moreover, We are in a free world where we have the right to speech. NBC must have a review on the fine's reasons and do the needful to redeem its already battered image. The NBC was created by the Act to promote the values of broadcasting and not to participate in the politics of Nigeria, thereby coming out without shame to support a particular political party and candidate in carrying out its functions as a broadcasting regulatory body in Nigeria. We have come out publicly to request for an interim government so we can get a total different personalities to be in charge of the administration of Nigeria after May 29, which is the official date for a handover transition to another administration. But for the fact that the present INEC Select is already rejected by the Nigerian people, with the protest holding in all the major cities of the Federation, and we have asked for the interim government to help us settle the case while you step aside on May 29 as President of Nigeria, as our Constitution have provided.
Rachel, GTV Africa.